Welcome to Bank of America Stadium, live from Charlotte, North Carolina, for this matchup between the 5-2 San Francisco 49ers and the 4-3 Carolina Panthers. The 49ers start an incredibly tough stretch with 7 of their last 9 games coming on the road, including 4 straight road games off the bye week. Kyle Brindza is going to be booting it deep to Corey Brown to start this one off as the Panthers receive first. Corey Brown on his own goal line returns this one out, and he's going to be hit immediately. That is Coby Fleener on special teams as he brings him down at the 18-yard line. A 19-yard return, and here comes Cam Newton. Coached by Ron Rivera, Newton, 64%, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 7 picks, leading his team to 4 victories and 3 losses. First and 10, Newton play action fake, and he's gonna be sacked immediately. That is Aaron Lynch. Lynch beat Nate Chandler at the line of scrimmage and got to Newton for a loss of 8. Second and 18, swing pass to Jonathan Stewart, who's brought down shy of the first down marker, setting up a 3rd and 3. Change on defense. Jimmy Ward is starting at free safety and Eric Reed at strong safety, trying to shift things up. Kelvin Benjamin in motion. Newton pass to the right, and it's picked off! It is picked off by Eric Reed, and he will waltz his way into the end zone. Intended for the rookie Johnny Good, and Reed jumps the route in his first start at strong safety. What a play by Reed. First and 10, next possession, Cam Newton breaks a tackle from picks by Dre Kirkpatrick, and gains 9 on the ground. Second and 1, off tackle, handoff to Jonathan Stewart, who's hit by Antoine Bethea, who is filling in as a sub-package safety. 3rd and 3, Newton scans the field, looks for Olsen, and finds him right in front of Reed in very tight coverage. That'll move the chains. Next play, handoff Stewart. They're getting some good yards on the ground as Eric Armstead tracks Stewart down to prevent him from getting much more. A gain of about 8. First and 10 coming out in the pistol. Play action fake to Stewart. Newton drops back, throws, finds Greg Olsen a step in front of Tyler Gordon. That's going to be a huge first down. He has 2 receptions on the second drive of the game. First and 10, Newton airs it deep to the end zone for Olsen again, and it's picked off! This time by Jimmy Ward! Both safeties in their new role get an interception as Ward was ranging over as a center field type safety, undercut the route. Darius Moats was right there too. Made a mistake though. He went out of the end zone. And here comes Bryce Petty and the 49ers. Joe Staley is injured, which means that Alex Boone kicked out to left tackle. And in at left guard is rookie center Wes Dorsey. 3rd and 2, complete to Nate Hill, who gets away from Luke Kuechly and gets them off the back of their own end zone. 3rd and 7 from the 20. Petty finds Coby Fleener. Fleener calls for a block, but no one's there as he gets the first down. Kuechly forces him out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Quinton Patton is also inactive for this ballgame. Both of them suffered injuries at practice, which means rookie 5th-round pick Derwin Taylor is going to be the starting slot receiver as Petty is sacked and he is hurt. Thomas Davis in on the sack, and Petty is grasping at his chest. He missed time before the bye week due to broken ribs that he suffered. Hopefully he's all right. Kalen Jones in, tries to escape, and it's going to be Charles Johnson in. It's a 3rd and 30 for the 49ers after back-to-back sacks. Jones tried escaping Johnson and could not. Quick screen to Nate Hill, who avoids some of the defenders. Going to try to make a move and is brought down by Bené Ben-Wickery after a gain of 16 yards, and they're going to punt this one away. Panthers back with possession. Full house, 3rd and 4. Newton with a screen to Jonathan Stewart, who gets a few blocks. A great block on the edge by Ryan Khalil, and that's going to put the Panthers into 49ers territory. Start of the second quarter of play. Newton in the shotgun, Stewart right there with him. 3 wide receivers on the field from the 49ers 46-yard line. Newton passes deflected down. It's Eric Reed once again making the most of his new role. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Newton play action fake. Looking over the middle of the field. Airs it up for Kelvin Benjamin. And it's deflected down. Eric Reed again knocks the ball right out of Benjamin's hands. Watch it one more time. Reed had to pursue him. Benjamin made the play. And Reed slapped that thing right out of Benjamin's mitts. A great play by the now strong safety, trying to maintain a roster spot after signing a pretty good extension in the offseason. 3rd and 10, Darius Moats goes low again. Teams are not going to take kindly to that, as Danny Amendola could not hold on. Bryce Petty is back in the ballgame, 3rd and 3. Quick pass to Kobe Fleener, that's enough for the first. With Petty back in, let's see what he can do. 2nd and 8 from the 45-yard line. Bryce under pressure, and he's going to take the sack. That's going to be Coney Ely, and I believe Charles Johnson in on the sack. 3rd and 17 from the 36-yard line. Petty over the middle, almost picked off. Trey Boston got his hands on that one. And that's going to be incomplete. Derwin Taylor with a very soft route. Quentin Patton probably would have made a play on the ball. Either way, Marquette King back to punt, and it's a beauty as it jackknifes out of bounds at the 4. A coffin kick from King. 2nd and 8 from their own 6. Newton in the shotgun, trying to get off their own doorstep. It's a read option. Newton with the keeper. Cam Newton has running room. Cam Newton out to the 40. Out to midfield. Breaks Kirkpatrick's tackle. Chased down by Ward, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. A huge 79-yard run for Cam Newton, and the Panthers are right back into this ball game. They're in the 49ers red zone. As Newton got some great blocks, and in the open field, he's as hard as anybody to bring down. 1st and 10, complete to Greg Olsen. Olsen is tripped up by Navarro Bowman just shy of the goal line. Setting up a 1st and goal from the 3. With 7:35 left in the first half. Handoff, Jonathan Stewart. And Stewart's going nowhere. That's Navarro Bowman in on the tackle. 2nd and goal. Handoff, Stewart. And that's going to be Kari Fort, stopping him after a gain of 2. 3rd and goal from the 1. Steven Jackson in, and Eric Armstead denies him. A loss of 3, and that's going to be a field goal for Greg the Leg Zuerlein to cut the deficit down to 4. The Panthers are on the board. It's now 7-3. Bryce Petty and the 49ers going to take back over with about 5:25 left. They're going 4 wide with Fleener tight to the line. Empty backfield. Petty looks left, airs it deep for Charles Johnson! Johnson gets away from Powers, and Charles Johnson will style and profile his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Despite getting away from Powers for just a second, Bryce Petty took a shot, and Charles Johnson created separation at the top of the route, and he could have crawled his way into the end zone. 49ers back at it. 2:50 left in the first half. Petty play action fake. Touch pass to Kobe Fleener. That's a beauty, with both Davis and Kuechly in pursuit. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line just before the 2-minute warning. Handoff, Carlos Hyde. 7 carries, 34 yards for Hyde as we get to the intermission. 2 minutes left from their own 49-yard line. 14-3 is your score. Petty. Quick pass to Nate Hill, who makes the grab on 3rd and 8, but Hill is hurt. Looks like he hurt his hip on the tackle. He stopped shy of the first down as well. It's going to be an injury timeout, and Marquette King is going to punt it away. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Newton looks left, airs it deep, and it's almost picked off by Eric Reed. Kelvin Benjamin was the target, and Reed has been everywhere. 3rd and 13, handoff Jonathan Stewart, who gets it to the outside, but he's not getting enough as Eric Reed will stop him. Eric Reed is making the most of this role. Can't say it enough. And the 49ers take back over with 49 ticks left in the first half. Petty has time coming out of an empty backfield. Throws to Bernie Lauderdale, who's going to be stopped after a gain of 13. 1st and 10, hurry back to the line. It's a screen to Nate Hill, who's forced out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That is Ben Wickery, who forced him out. 2nd and 7, Petty Looks left, touch pass deep to Derwin Taylor. What a catch, what a pass from Bryce Petty. An absolute dime as he gets both feet in bounds and gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line with 24 seconds left. Petty looks and overthrows Kobe Fleener, but there is a flag on the play, and this one's going to be moving backwards. It's going to be a hold on right tackle Freddie Young, who's had a handful dealing with Charles Johnson. 1st and 20 from the 39-yard line. Petty drops back, hit as he throws, finds Derwin Taylor again! Another beautiful touch pass. That's a gain of 16, and they're right back in it. 2nd and 4 from the 23-yard line. Petty pump fakes left, throws a bullet up the seam to Derwin Taylor, and there's a flag on the play. They're going to get Carolina for a defensive pass interference. It's on Major Wright. And that'll set things up from the 2. That Nate Hill injury cost them a timeout. Let's see if it cost them. 1st and goal. Pass a little bit late, and Kuechly gets in there to break it up. 2nd and goal from the 2. Petty adjusting the play at the line of scrimmage. He's going to drop back. Throws it to Armstead, who stopped shy of the goal line. They will not get another play off, and we head into the half with the score 14-3. A great drive by Petty ends with a terrible mistake. As the 49ers had a chance to double dip, they start out with the football in the second half of play. 3rd and 6 from their own 24. Petty looks right, finds Nate Hill, who gets away from Ben Wickery. Open field ahead of him. Trey Boston shoves him out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A huge catch and run for the 49ers as they're into Carolina territory and the red zone all in one fell swoop. 1st and 10 underneath to Lauderdale, who gets a great block, and he is in. The 49ers strike quickly in the second half of play in under a minute and 45 seconds. And it's 21-3. 3rd and 1. Tolbert is stopped on the Panthers' next possession by Aaron Lynch. His 4th tackle of the ball game. He has been spectacular. 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. Working a lot out of this zero-back set. Petty looks, throws over the middle for Kobe Fleener. Kuechly is going to get charged with defensive pass interference as he definitely grabbed him on this 2nd and 9 pass attempt. That'll put the 49ers out to exactly midfield. 2nd and 6 from the 46-yard line with 5:15 left. Petty drops back, looks, fires for Nate Hill, who cannot hold on through the hit from the rookie Casey. 3rd and 6, still working in the empty backfield. Petty, pass to Charles Johnson, who trips and falls, and he's going to be downed by Star Latulele. They're going to have to punt it away as Johnson was stopped shy of the 1st down. 4th and 3, Marquette King with another beauty as this is going to go out of bounds inside the 10. King is on a roll as the 49ers are up by 18. 2nd and 9, Newton drops back, finds Greg Olsen, who gets away from Tyler Gordon once again, out to the 39-yard line of the 49ers as we head to the 4th quarter. 4 wide for the Panthers. Newton scans, finds Kelvin Benjamin, who's hit by Navarro Bowman a few inches shy of a fresh set of downs. 3rd and 3 from the 32. Low snap, draw to Stewart, and he is stuffed. That's going to set up a 52-yard attempt for Greg Zuerlein, as Stewart has 22 carries for 89 yards on the ball game. The kick from Zuerlein hooks right, but comes back down the center. It's 21-6, a 2-possession lead for the 49ers. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Petty, who's had a great ball game, finds Charles Johnson over the top of the defense as he's into Carolina territory. Petty 18 for 23. 310 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Pass underneath to Rashad Green, and Rashad Green picks up 5. 2nd and 5 from the 43, screen to Nate Hill. They love throwing screens to Hill as he's going to be forced out of bounds by Major Wright. Carolina, the third best defense in the league, is getting shredded in this ball game. Handoff Hyde, who gets to the outside. Carlos Hyde breaks a tackle and runs through Powers, who gets hurt on the play. You're not seeing a lot of running from the 49ers. They're just kind of powering through yards, but they're racking them up. 1st and 10 from the 13. Petty has time, fires to Charles Johnson for the touchdown. With Powers hurt, the fourth-year man out of Baylor, Chance Casey, moved out wide. He could not keep up. And Petty, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, at 80.9% on the ball game. It's 28-6. Newton. Pass to Olsen, who gets away from Navarro Bowman and is gang tackled at the 49ers' 40-yard line. That's where now under 6 minutes left. 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Panthers just trying to get something going. Newton drops back, throws to Danny Amendola with Dre Kirkpatrick in tight coverage, but Kirkpatrick is hurt. He won't miss more than a couple of plays as Newton is back to try to run, and he is sacked. That is Tank Carradine in on the sack. 3rd and 11, Amendola in motion. Newton looks, throws, touch pass to Olsen, who makes the catch through a Navarro Bowman hit. 1st and goal from the 9. Handoff Stewart, who breaks the tackle from Bethea and from, I believe, Tyler Gordon. That was Jimmy Ward, Bethea and Ward, and he is in. Touchdown, Panthers. A chance to make it a 14-point game. Newton on the QB draw, breaks the tackle from Ward and is in. It's 28-14. They're going to have to go for an onside kick with 3:25 left and all 3 timeouts, and it's recovered by guess who? Charles Johnson. 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line. Elgin Armstead back there with Petty in the shotgun. Inside draw to Armstead, who's going to pick up about 6. He has 4 carries, 429 yards on the ball game. 3rd and 4 from the 38. Coming out in the full house. Petty takes a step back, scans the field, finds Nate Hill at the 2-minute warning. A pickup of 26 yards. What a strike from Petty. 1st and 10. Just trying to wind things out. Carlos Hyde picks up 5. He's tackled by Ray McDonald, the former 49er. 3rd and 5 from the 7. Handoff Bruce Miller, who stopped about a yard shy. And with 1:49 left, the 49ers are going to go for it. 4th and 1 from the 2. Petty drops back, rolls out left, has running room, and Bryce Petty is in. That's your exclamation point. Don't take this team lightly. They're on a road trip, and they're going to leave their mark. It's 35-14. Newton up the seam to Johnny Good, who makes the grab in front of Jimmy Ward, as Newton's now over 200 yards on the ball game. 1st and 10, Newton has a lot of time in the pocket, finds Olsen in blanket coverage from Tyler Gordon, but they're going to try to get some garbage points here. Pass to Good to the outside. It's too good of a pass, as Navarro Bowman was in coverage on the wide receiver in an obvious mismatch. 3rd and 2 from the 6. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against Carolina. That'll move them back 5 yards. 3rd and 7 from the 11. Newton scans, finds Corey Brown, who breaks the tackle from Jaquiski Tart and escapes from Darius Moats for the touchdown. Not the way the 49ers wanted this ball game to end, but they'll seal this one up by a final score of 35-21 as Elgin Armstead with a nice carry to end off the ball game. The 49ers improve to 6-2 as the Carolina Panthers fall to 500 at 4-4. Overall, who do you think was the player of the game? I'd say it's between Bryce Petty, Charles Johnson, and Eric Reed. It's a tough one between those 3. Either way, Alex Boone did a great job of holding his own at left tackle, and Wes Dorsey had a really good game at left guard. Very interesting to see if Joe Staley will miss significant amounts of time. Petty looked really comfortable after getting a little bit banged up. It seems to be his MO this season. Get banged up, get a little bit hurt, come back out, and absolutely annihilate the competition. They were 5 for 10 on third down and only had the ball for 21 minutes, but that's because they struck fast and struck hard with a lot of huge gains. The Nate Hill 65-yard pass, the Charles Johnson 79-yarder. They just kept going hard. And they take on the Seattle Seahawks next week. They're 6-2. They had a really tight game against the Seahawks week number 1, which was won by Dre Kirkpatrick, the start of Picks by Dre. Either way, Eric Reed had a fantastic game on the defensive side of the ball. 9 tackles, a pick, 2 pass deflections, another 2 pass breakups, and a touchdown. Seattle currently is now in second place in the division because of that one win the 49ers had, as both teams sit at 6-2. The Seahawks are coming off of a bye week, which is always scary, as they will be hosting the Niners. These two teams have a very rich history, and it will be an incredible matchup to watch. Bryce Petty does win your Player of the Week with 22 for 28, 365, 3 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. And Russell Wilson has had a very good season. 1,900 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 picks. Marshawn Lynch at 5 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns as well. This Seahawks team knows how to get to you on both sides of the football. They can pass, they can run, they have good special teams, they have a great defense. This is going to be a very tough matchup, and it could be a downward spiral for the 49ers if they cannot come away with a victory or at least stay competitive, considering they'll still have 2 more road games on this stretch after this one. 1 home game, and then 2 more road games, followed by a home, then 2 more road. Michael Bennett has 10 sacks on the season, which is absolutely crazy, but Bryce Petty has been spectacular in his second season. 20 touchdowns to 5 picks. Armstead and Hyde both almost at 5 yards per carry, over 400 yards apiece. Nate Hill, 47 receptions, 712 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Charles Johnson also has 5 touchdowns on the season. If Quentin Patton's going to be out, Derwin Taylor did a really good job, especially working towards the sideline on those flag routes. And Navarro Bowman and Eric Reed, well, if Eric Reed keeps this up, it seems like we have a strong safety for the future. It doesn't mean that we're going to be sticking with Jimmy Ward at free safety, but it's better now to figure out what we do have than wait to see when we need it. Antoine Bethea obviously is getting up there in age, and he doesn't fill much of a role for us, and he was just pitiful in coverage this season. So Eric Reed seems like a better fit there. Either way, we're going to spotlight a position this week for scouting, and that position is defensive tackle. We're going to be taking a look at some pass rushers inside who we could also move to 3-4 defensive end. Some of the big guys' names are like Artez Austin, who's a prototype, B power move, B minus block shedding, or Russell Lucas, B power move, B block shed, B minus pursuit. Also, Sadale Hunt, etc. There are a lot of really good young pass rushing defensive tackles in this draft, so that'll be a point of emphasis for us. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be another game tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you guys then. Peace out, Franchise Nation.